There are so many reasons why I wanted to create this YouTube channel despite all of the intensity and hate and the rejection that I know I'm going to face. Being back on this platform and really openly speaking about it. But I have been incredibly blessed, and this is what I want to be able to pay forward, to be around people that have been part of the justice system, that have served so much time in prison, and was able to take a negative situation and really flip it into something positive. So my story can be like, okay, it was from Belgrade to Bureau of Prisons, but it doesn't stop there. This is just a season, and there's so many people that I really want to thank, apart from my incredible parents, my family back home in Serbia, all of my friends and my network that have supported me and really been through it. But it's also like the strangers that have come into your path and that have really blessed you. And I can speak from my own experience and being able to speak it into existence, that without people's strength and resilience and just understanding that there is still so much blessing despite the burdens that you're facing right now, I can only thank God for protecting me. I know this sounds wild, especially because I'm about to go into prison, but this stuff had to happen to me, or else I would have continued down a destructive path. I would have destroyed more lives with the scams. And now I don't have to. Now I can actually breathe and be free, because that part of me is in the past, and I can't move forward if I'm always sitting in the past. I can't build from there. I'm not in those tables and in those conversations anymore. My pathway is completely different, and it has to be rebuilt and restored. I want to share something with you, right? So when I got extradited from Belgrade, and then I was sitting in Northern Regional in West Virginia, I didn't think I was ever going to get on bond, because they went through great lengths to extradite me in Serbia. They had many different governments work together in order to pull me out of there. So I just didn't think that it was absolutely possible for then me to get extradited, which was considered a high profile case at that time, and for me to essentially walk freely on bond. But through the Lord's blessing, through the support and love, and just really coming across people who have shown me how to persevere in this heartbreaking process, has helped me. There is one person, when I was in jail in North Virginia, that was the first time I had a tablet, right? Like, you had everything taken away from you. So after like 8 months, I finally get this device, and the things that we were able to listen to were, podcasts. You can get in touch with like the library. So I was reading a lot of, the justice system and criminology. And that's one of the main reasons why I created Facing Federal with Diana Fernandez, because there's so many unknown variables that people aren't aware of, that they can do to mitigate themselves. And I saw a lot of people speaking openly about their story and wanting to help people behind bars. And one person in particular, I came across their prayer podcast, and he was convicted for 12 years. He served 12 years in and out of prison. He really told his story, but his testimony truly inspired me, and it lit something inside of me while I was in prison praying, that said, okay, there is a pathway forward, that I don't just have to be stamped with, okay, she's a convict, she's a criminal. We do have an opportunity to change our life around. So, EI the King, my brother, thank you. I'm going to share this voice note this is like, this is how people really inspire, kind of each other in this way. So I want to kind of start this from the beginning, if I can.
So you stand. Kurt. Fam, what's going on? My bad. I'm just now seeing these. Sometimes my my inbox can get a little flooded, and I just, it takes me a minute to get to them. But listen, man, praying for you, girl. You stay encouraged. Man, you keep chasing after Jesus. I know you will. I know doing one day away from home and our family, it sucks. But just, go into this thing, just with the mindset that, man, this is a season that God wants to use to continue to radically transform your life. So just go in there, use your time wisely. I know you're going to continue to educate yourself and, study and read, but most importantly, just get in the Word. Just allow God to continue to speak to you, chase after Jesus, just to wrestle with Him in His presence, and allow God to continue to give you vision, direction, clarity, and also too to seek the will of God, how He is to use you in your environment where you're at for that season. To make disciples, to empower and to serve other women, and just be encouraged. However, you can reach out to me, your family, or whatever. However, I can be here of assistance for you.
So I came across his podcast a year and a half ago. I've been out on bond for 15 months, in New York, and oh God. And when I got out, I reached out to EI on Instagram, just really thanking him for his discipleship, the work that he's doing. I'm tagging him in the description box below. And there's also a lot of people that I just want to thank for empowering me on this journey and being able to speak freely and openly. I don't have to wear any masks anymore, right? I can let my hair down. I can breathe because I have taken responsibility for my actions. I pleaded guilty. I faced prosecution. I mitigated for myself. I'm doing the right things to restore and to repair. I have every intention to take care and make my victims whole. And not only just from a restitutional and financial basis, but through my actions and through what it is that I intend to do. On this platform, Facing Federal with Diana Fernandez, it's not a legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I will take this private call shortly. I'm not an attorney, but it's always great to hear from someone that's been on the inside, that's been on this side, rather than respectfully from attorneys and lawyers who have no idea what it's like to be sitting in our shoes. So you might be in a situation where there's like a court-appointed attorney, and that's fine. They're great as well. Or you hire an attorney, but they haven't been through the system. They don't know how dehumanizing this whole entire process is, and just the mental strength and capacity that it takes. So I just think that without the people that have been put on your path to really help you, none of this would have been possible. So I just wanted to share with you that whoever is watching this, you aren't alone. There have been people who have been, millions of family around the world have been affected by this. Do whatever you can to stay free. Enjoy your freedom. Believe me, it can be a lot worse. And I just want to say a big thank you to EI. I also want to thank my other mentors, Michael Santos from Prison Professors, Sean Cowgill, my brother. You allowed me a platform on your YouTube channel, and it opened up the doors to having such a great community of women who have also been impacted, through the federal system, that have helped me and encouraged me and inspired me. So there's just so many people to thank apart from my wonderful family and friends. But this newfound community of people that have been through the federal prison system, that have made it alive, that are doing so many incredible and beautiful things with their lives. I can't help but be inspired. So this video is just a quick, thank you, and giving encouragement and paying that forward the same way that these individuals had just laid a path for me. And they've already served their time versus I'm going into prison tomorrow. So I can take a lot of their strength with me and just know that one day at a time, the way that I look at it, one day that I do behind bars is a day closer that I get to be reunited with my family and make things right again. See you guys on the flip side. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel to support. If you want to give me any gifts, there is an Amazon wish list of all of the books that I would love to have while I'm incarcerated. You can write to me while I'm in prison. I don't know who does that, but it's there. Thanks, guys.